Thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa, and I'm an international board certified lactation consultant and dietetic intern. While many of the benefits and challenges of breastfeeding may be known for the parent and baby, what's not talked about enough are the barriers employers and their lactating employees face in the workplace. My intention today is to shed light on the impact of those barriers and discuss ways to navigate them. Please note I will be using the terms breastfeeding and chest feeding interchangeably. So, what does the law say? In 2010, the Affordable Care Act amended Section 7 of the Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA, to require employers to provide basic accommodations such as time and space for breastfeeding mothers at work. FLSA's protections for nursing employees was extended by the Providing Urgent Maternal Protections for Nursing Mothers Act, also known as the PUMP Act, which was signed into law on December 29, 2022. The PUMP Act expanded coverage to include more nursing employees such as teachers, nurses, and farm workers. It also states the coverage period for the employee and clarified their protections. Let's take a look at it more closely. Employers must give covered employees reasonable break time for an employee to express breast milk for her nursing child for 1 year after the child's birth, each time such employee has need to express the milk. The law recognizes that each lactating parent will have different needs for milk expression breaks, often called pumping breaks. The length and frequency of breaks will depend on the parent, how old their baby is, and may increase during periods of growth spurts. Covered employees must be provided with a place other than a bathroom that is shielded from view and free from intrusion from coworkers and the public, which may be used by an employee to express breast milk. If the space is not dedicated to the nursing employee's use, it must be available when needed by the employee in order to meet the legal requirement. A space temporarily created or converted into a space for expressing breast milk or made available when needed by the nursing employee is sufficient provided that the space is shielded from view and free from any intrusion from coworkers and the public. A bathroom does not count. Under the FLSA, a bathroom, even if private, is not a permissible location for the employer to provide for pumping chest milk. Public restrooms are not sanitary because they are a source of a lot of human bacteria that can be transferred through skin contact. Airborne bacteria in a bathroom are also a concern because it contaminates the expressed human milk. The location provided must be functional as a space for expressing breast milk. There are also several benefits for employers who are supportive of chest feeding that are largely related to the reduction in health risks. There's lower employee absenteeism because the baby is healthier. As a result, the parent does not need to take as much sick time to care for their infant or child if they choose to participate in extended chest feeding. If their breastfed baby does get sick, they still tend to miss less work because the recovery is faster from all the immune boosting properties found in chest milk. Employees whose companies provide chest feeding support report they feel support eases their transition back to work and enables them to return from maternity leave sooner. Employers who are supportive of breastfeeding in the workplace see lower turnover rates and improved employee loyalty to the company. There's also higher employee engagement and job satisfaction, and the company can also gain recognition as a family friendly business. For employers, support for chest feeding results in lower costs for employers who provide healthcare. These savings may come from a reduction in maternal and infant illnesses and death, as well as savings from potential specialty visits related to those illnesses. There are many options for private feeding or milk expression areas. Companies can convert small, unused spaces, such as large closets, offices, or other small rooms. They can opt for renovating a corner of an employee lounge to create a lactation room. Another option is to create a flexible space by installing walls, partitions, or dividers in corners or areas of the room. Employers can also consider creating multi-user stations within a single room, divided by partitions or curtains. An example of this is shown in the photo. This is the Zen booth or meeting booth shown at a Blue Zones office, which can also serve as a lactation room. Notice the curtains, door signage, and the lactation sign. For larger facilities, a shared space among businesses may be a more viable option. So this would look like more than one business within a single building sharing a milk expression room, or a business sharing a lactation space with other small businesses nearby. The following employer resources are screenshots of websites where you can get more information. The first one is the Office on Women's Health, which provides an overview of breastfeeding laws, information on break times, and a specific industry support. The Wage and Hour Division is an agency within the United States Department of Labor that has employer materials on their website. Some examples are listed here, such as the Pump at Work flyer, workplace poster, and a door hanger, which is featured on the slide. Arizona Department of Health Services has a form that employers can fill out. It's 8 questions long, and you can receive a free breastfeeding accommodation toolkit. The toolkit, if ordered as a whole, includes a program overview, a guide for business managers and human resources, employee pamphlets, coworker pamphlets, door hangers, and signs. Alternatively, you can select only the ones you want to receive. So, what are some barriers to sustaining lactation when returning to work? Employers may have a lack of knowledge about the health benefits of breastfeeding and have a lack of awareness regarding chest feeding laws. There's also the belief that breastfeeding at work will interfere with an employee's productivity and lead to issues regarding the employee's available time and overall schedule. Thus, employees may feel pressure to limit their lactation breaks. Employers may also have concerns about the lack of space to accommodate a lactation room and may not know how to set up a lactation support program. In the United States, there's a perception of breastfeeding being a taboo topic of discussion, so employees may be uncomfortable discussing their lactation needs with a supervisor, especially if that supervisor is male. Employment does impact a person's choice to chest feed. Pregnant people planning to work part time have been found to be more likely to initiate breastfeeding than those planning to work full time. Full time employment is also associated with lower odds of planning to exclusively breastfeed, which also affects how long a parent plans to chest feed for. An earlier return to work has been associated with a shorter duration of breastfeeding. Where a lactating parent works and their role also impacts their chest feeding journey because parents in occupations classified as professional, administrative, managerial are more likely to breastfeed longer since their positions tend to offer more flexibility regarding their work schedule and breaks. Whether you are an employee or an employer, know what laws say about breastfeeding accommodations. If you would like to stay in touch with the Blue Zones Project Scottsdale, scan the QR code below to visit our website.